CS.Money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.Money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.Money, the best service for trading your skins.
E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
Thanks for sticking with us, everyone. We're about to bring you the last match of the day. It's VP up against the Chinese team, Flash, the second in China, I think you could say at the moment. Yeah. Let's just get straight into this. Let's talk about the map, Vito. We'll get it up on screen for you guys. We'll have a look at what's going on. Obviously, my name is Risk. My name is Risk. My name is Hugo.
My name is Hugo.
Your name is Risk.
Okay.
Your name is Risk. And before that, the EGB bets as well. The well, what do you make of that? I think that kind of sums up the game.
To be honest, like I feel like those are some pretty good odds on Flash. Even though I believe the VP are going to win this 2-0, I feel like Flash could have, I don't know. I mean, 1.16 is definitely not anything I would go for because the margin is just so low. I would probably, if I could, I would bet on a third map.
Okay, right.
That would be my bet.
Maybe we see Asian teams upset. That's something you've got to take into account. There's always upset. So, you know, it's definitely not out of the realms of possibility.
Here we go.
Exactly kind of what I was expecting as well with the map. Quite interesting. It's strange to see Inferno gone for this one. VP is a good Inferno team, as is Flash, but maybe that's VP not wanting to face Flash on their best map, just throwing that away, going, no, we'll pick a map that you're less comfortable on. That's Mirage, Flash, average map for Flash, good map for VP. Cash as well, while it is Flash's second best map, is also one of VP's best, so good luck with that.
I feel like this is a map pool that will allow VP to just dominate if they are on point today individually and as a team. If they are on point, if they're able to go out and take entries every single round, if they're able to throw out their standard defaults and the standard executes and just win the aim duels, I feel like this could be 2-0. And even if it goes to a third map, then it's going to be 2-1 to VP. So I feel like this is a great map veto for them. Flash, they will have to show their triple A game. Their A game is not enough anymore. Because if VP just shows 70% of what we saw at Epicenter, this should not be a contest.
No, not even close. And Cobble as well, even if we come down to that decider map as well, that's quite a difficult one. That's a map that requires a lot of team play, a lot of good communication. And again, we see these Chinese teams constantly giving up on maps like Cobble, like Nuke, teams that require a lot of team play, because it is very known that in the Asian scene you have a lot of kind of more individual plays than team, at least in CS.
And as we see here, like Mirage stats for VP, very nice, 12-6. And if that's the way we're going to start out, 12 on Mirage, and then Cobble, and then Cash, which I assume is the way that it's going to be played out, then that should be a 1-0 for VP on Mirage. And then we move on to Cobble, and as you say, unless like Flash Gaming have prepared a lot for this map, I think that's going to be VP's as well.
Yeah, I don't know what the order is exactly if we'll get confirmation, because earlier, as they were saying on the desk, it started on the right and went to the left, so we might
no one knows.
We might have Cash, then Mirage.
I feel like Cash is, even though the stats are not the same for VP, it's a map that they can perform very well.
I mean, we saw them do it at Epicenter. I'm not too worried for this one. I think you're going to agree, at least. Official prediction before we get into the game. How many maps is this going? Who's winning?
VP 2-0. I don't even need to know what map is first.
That's just how it is. Very, very confident. I think I'm going to have to agree with you again. Flash, currently, I'd say second best in China at least, right? Obviously, Tai Lu's kind of in the top dog. Flash have been unable to dethrone them. When we saw this roster get built with the kind of remaining Tyloo players, when they had that whole clash, we kind of thought, okay, Flash, this is this new super team, they'll be the best, etc. That never really showed up. It took, 4 months for them to even start winning stuff and being contenders for one of the best teams in China or in Asia. And I'd say now they've proven not only in beating Vici in at least the qualifications to get here, but also in WCA, etc. They've proven, in my opinion, to be the second best team, and as well in the minor, of course. How could I forget it? They've proven to be the second best team in China, but unable to beat Tyloo. Lost, came third place in the minor as well. Not the best.
Yeah, and even though we're saying like this is going to be should be a 2-0 for VP, not easily, but it should be a 2-0. That's not because Flash are a bad team. No. It's just because the way that VP performed at Epicenter just showed us finally unleashing the potential of that team after months upon months upon months of barren wastelands of their results, and then finally they came back into play. And you kind of feel like with Neo stepping up the way he did, like if he can keep that momentum going, if you can have Pashas all back at it again, like there's so many things that if they go right, I don't feel like Flash has enough to stop it.
No, again, at least a less experienced team as well, playing mainly domestically. I don't think they really get the opportunity to play against teams of this caliber or just European teams in general. Even as much as Tyloo do, right? They get the invites, they get the qualifications through being the best Chinese team to all these kind of European events, like Starladder, for example. Last time in Ukraine, I think it was, they had Tyloo there, they had MVP. But this is going to be a tough test for Flash. That being said, I don't think we can look into this one too deeply, because again, not only are they coming to this event as the team in the group, or at least expected bottom team in the group, I just think this is a good chance for Flash to prove what they're made of, prove if they can perform, if they can surprise us. If they can, that'd be great. And again, individually, these guys are very good. It's the team play, and having the oldest, not only the oldest, but also the longest standing roster in Counter-Strike history up against a Chinese team. When it comes to team play, I know who I'm leaning towards.
Yeah, definitely. But also I feel like this is also a great change or a great chance for some of these players to kind of make their presence known. Of course, English is not a language that's being spoken a lot, but if you can imagine some of these players maybe teaching themselves English in the next couple of seasons, then maybe North American teams we're looking at, let's say, an attacker who's very good at impact fragging, very good at getting these very important frags, very good at keeping good numbers. Let's say he learned English to an extent where he could be communicating with an English team, then that's a very nice pickup to come for let's say, a North American team.
Yeah, we've seen it before, right? If we look to Splice picking up the Mongolian player from the Mongols as well, Machine Gun, I'd say he performed fine. I wouldn't say he performed at the level many expected him to, but again, I know that communication issues did plague that roster, at least. I spoke to them before. So, yeah, again, always a chance for players like not only Buntet from Tyloo, that a lot of people look to be one of the best players in Asia, but also some of these guys here in this roster. Always a chance. However, this team currently are looking good coming into this event, at least in terms of performance. Domestically, it's going to be up against one of the best teams in Counter-Strike history. I'm not going to put a stain on Flash's book by saying, "Oh, how could they lose this?" If that does happen.
But when we're dealing with VP, there's always like
big question mark.
The question mark, the fear in the back of my mind. Even though I want these guys to win, and I think they're gonna win, and they should win. It's VP.
Coin flip. Perfect example. Perfect example. Who's gonna win this game?
No. It's always in the back of my mind because before Epicenter, they lost online games to Ego, they lost online games to Venatores, they lost Mountain Dew League games left, right, and center. So, and I would say like Flash Game, probably better than some of the teams in Mountain Dew League, so it's not too bad.
That's online though, and we're LAN, and we're in a big event as well.
And that's where VP shines. That was a lot of weird sounds. There we go.
Indeed. And again, as the guy said on the desk, this is an event. VP are coming in. They don't care who they play. They don't care what maps they play. Just go in and they stomp. And this is what they need to do. They need to prove it in the opening match as well for their group. The final game of the day, ladies and gentlemen. VP versus Flash. Can we see a Chinese upset? It's always possible. It's an A play for VP. All 5 players here as they set up. Smoke going across. Fancy on the back of the site. We've got lots of control from the CT side with 3 players in the bomb site, but already 1 dead. Luckily, a quick trade. Attacker at the back of the site. Going to go down to Viali, and more damage done as he finds 2 frags. Good entries from VP. Bomb down, Lovey alone.
Yeah, good old A split. You can always pull that out. The position of the smoke always changes. The position of the flashbangs always change on what kind of read you have on your opponents from preparation and looking at their demos. But the idea behind the A split on a pistol round here in Cash always works out in my opinion, because you can just swarm that bomb site so easily. Yeah. And if you have that Glock and that 1 Desert Eagle that can come in from the back as Pasha gets it, that like hand cannon AWP, that setup is so nice, and that's one of the places where you can really do damage. Because usually I would say, okay, USPS, overclock. But if you can execute correctly with that A-split, that's so nice.
Wow,
that's
great.
also nice.
Yeah, that's very nice. How Flash may be feeling after losing that pistol. However, they've got the force together. K's got to be saving. Everyone else putting money in. And again, looking at this map and looking at this match as well, I was so worried for Flash coming into this. The map pool of these two teams is so similar, as we mentioned earlier. Now, while Inferno was removed from VP, not wanting to touch a map that Flash are good at, even though there is a good map for themselves, it just makes things even worse for Flash, because it's like, oh, you're good at cash? Shame, so are we. You know, they can't even get like a random map, like pull in a train that will catch a team off guard. And this is already starting to unfold in the second round. Frags coming out, but no one taking too much of a favor. It's actually Neo tagged up heavy. He will have to give over the AK to Pasha, taking a Mac 10 instead. And in towards middle, Flash, they look to retrieve that weapon from Snacks, going to be unable to do so. VP looking to just split into the bomb site, with Lovey just sitting there alone towards the back of the site, unable to connect the Deegs. Does land one kill, shouldn't land more, but he lands it. That's a bomb dropped. VP, bit of a sloppy opener towards the B site, maybe some overconfidence. Can Lovey do more? Can he find a third kill? If he does, he could shut down this round, but he's traded.
See Neo coming in there, the hero of Epicenter with 16 HP, but Kaze with a CZ 75 doesn't care about heroes. Guess he's trying to be the villain in this one and shut this one down. Neo's rotating slowly away still. A 1v3, it's very doable. He has that AK-47, has the bomb in his back. If he gets a headshot onto Kaze straight away, then Attacker and Kaze are both low on HP, so they should be rather easy to take out, but he's low as well. On his own, has that one Molotov. No defuse kit and no smoke. So if he plays time right, Molotov could be deciding. Said that in the last game as well. Throws it towards Car. So this is rather hard for him right now. He's taking the open angle. Neo just doesn't care right now. Takes down Attacker and 1v2.
Yeah, he had to get that first quick pick to take down one of the members, otherwise this would have been surely undoable. Can wallbang onto K's, not going to be able to connect the shots. It's a push, and Castle finished off the job, came very close. Almost like that bullet grazed K's on the site. So will be Flash actually picking up the force by round. Good job by them. They shut down the B push, or at least Lovey did, with a nice couple of D kills. But I'm surprised they even left the A bomb site open for him to take. Obviously, they wanted to stick together and play a 3v1 instead of a 3 1v1s. But surprised to give him so much room when he was already tagged up from earlier in the round that they knew as well. They should have known. Either way, 1-1 for Flash. The buy coming through again for VP. The bomb plant money, giving them some more cash to play with.
See, this should be one that statistically Flash should win. But we always know that how Deagles and how CZ75s in and execute on that T side. On CTs, of course, it's very effective because you can just hold a corner. But on that T side, it kind of depends on how you execute onto a bomb site. Sometimes the running CZ75 can be very dangerous when running in. If you can combine that with some scout damage as well, then you only need to hit a couple bullets and you get that kill opening. So let's see how they're going to play this one out. Definitely an advantage for Flash in this round. That's Neo with the scout.
Carcer in mid, just waiting. VP playing this one very slowly. Again, they don't have a lot to work with, so don't want to just give up these 1v1s. Either barrel into a bomb site together as a big team, or look for a pick on an aggressive player on the CT side.
Fancy one. Not going to call him Fancy Southern. It's not a direwolf.
Oh. Shut down from Attacker though, coming in from the heavens. 3 quick kills, bomb dropped, everyone dead except Neo. While he was a great performer in Epicenter, this is too much of a task. A 1v4 with a scout shuts down by Carcer and Flash. They wrap together 2 rounds in a row, so at least picking things up on the CT side early game. It's actually VP now have to throw in the eco. And while we have got a revolver on Snacks, which is a good bit of fun, this shouldn't be a winnable round for VP.
See, as we usually just see these eco rounds be very one-sided. The revolver can maybe throw a spanner in the works. Gonna have to wait and see, but Fancy One is definitely got his eyes locked on the prize as he's got an MP9, wants to farm some money. See Snacks getting burned off. They're not even gonna give him a chance to open up there. So mid control still in the hands of the CTs.
Yeah, aggression up in main as well. Karze's in a really good position, especially up against mainly Glocks here. It's going to be easy to pick off these players one by one, and one he will do as he takes down Taz. Molly deep in main, allows him to push up. Castle tagged by the revolver in middle. Got to be careful here. No need to throw away players. Luckily, Castle's going to be able to clean this round up. And nothing found from VP in that, as it goes 3-1 in favor of Flash Gaming, opening things up with a nice CT side despite losing the pistol round. Moving forward, it's where VP have the buy. And while we have Fancy holding on to that MP9 going forward, still shouldn't be too much of a hassle for Flash.
Let's have a look. Taz missing a lot of utility. As he still remains to buy, so he decides to go for head armor. And one flashbang, one smoke. And that's kind of like the scenario for VP right now. So they have the AKs, they have the head armor, actually should have against CT, who are almost fully bought up, but they're lacking a bit in utility, and hopefully that's not going to harm them when they actually come down to the execute. This means that in their opening duels, they're not going to be able to, let's say, throw a smoke or throw a Molotov to flush them on out, or even throw a flashbang, because they want to keep those flashbangs for when the execute actually happens.
Yeah.
So they're going to rely on just firepower for the beginning.
And firepower they shall rely on, at least Snacks will deep in mid. It's going to be Kaze
Kaze
up in main as well. Smoke is down. They don't seem to realize they've got to be careful. Taz is already busy lining up a smoke of his own, and Kaze plays close, still holding on. It's actually Taz to fall back as well. More castle will open up onto mid, dropping Snacks, who pushed in there earlier on this round. But yet to see the fight out to main. Finally, Taz clears it. Nice entry coming in. So pulled back into a 4-on-4. They still cast are aggressive in middle, or maybe too aggressive. He gets killed. Neo as well supports his teammate by dropping Fancy. And now VP, they've opened up mid, but they've not opened up A. And well, that will be their end destination. Attacker still sits towards the back of the site.
Attacker, one of the players that has so much impact on this Flash team. So in the pistol that his aim was on point as well. It's one towards short, sprays away, and that gives his position away as Bialy takes him out. Now it's perhaps a tad too early. And now it's all on lobby 1v4 as the bomb goes down, and he's trying to peek first angle. So Taz is already there, and he's ready to take care of business as VP get round number 2 on the board. Yeah,
keeping 4 alive as well. Good money for VP moving forward. It's going to be Flash. They pull in the AWP. Obviously, they had the force by win and then a couple of anti-ecos, anti-forces moving forward, so they've got a bit of cash to play with for the time being, but it will be their last buy unless they pick this round up and find that reset. So Warp is in for Kaze. There's no AWP up on Pasha just yet, so that will be limited by economical restraint, but going forward, we are early days, and we're yet to see the plow in action. While VP have picked up the previous round, they've got to pick up 2, otherwise Flash are going to be shutting down their economy. It's fast up towards the boost. Mid-control is the name of the game, but the Molotov forcing Caster out. Luckily, they don't actually capitalize on that and try and take him down. They just allow him to fall back towards the highway. So VP gifting a lifeline to Caster as he falls back passive.
I kind of felt like the reason they did the smoke setup to begin with was to deny that Molotov, but somehow the Molotov was still able to hold them back, so they couldn't do the waterfall drop into mid before now. I'm not sure where that went wrong. Would love to go back to demo and see that later on. No time for now. Kasa is on short attackers on the back of that bomb site. Molotov goes down towards Neo, but Pasha gets one. And now can attack on this bomb site to hold it all along.
Yes, again, always on attacker. This time he steps up. 1 kill, damage done. He looks for more. It's Pasha splitting up through mid, who's dropped by attacker. Great defense on A. And with the bomb now stuck towards that bomb site with Snacks on the other side of the map, well, he may have the element of surprise. That smoke will give things away. Throws it out, forcing that rotation back. Maybe Flash want to take this fight, but they can't be too aggressive. Look at this position change from Flash. Now with him showing presence on B with that smoke, they all rotate off of A. This is a massive mistake to make. Even though they might not expect him to go for this kind of fake, they give up the bomb. This is ridiculously
They're showing so much respect to Snacks right now, and that's a big problem. I totally agree.
Yeah. Luckily, they have one player towards A still with the AWP, but while he lands a shot, that's such a dangerous setup, especially with that position from Kaze as well. Because what if Snacks wrap squeaky, gets a bomb, gets a plant, more money for VP. Flash don't want to allow that, and more money for VP. Look at their money; it's on the edge as well. If they got that bomb plant, they could have bought. Oh, okay, they're buying anyway. Who cares?
VP doesn't care. There you go. Let's see what we're gonna go for here. So we do have once more limited utility, and the reason I mention it is because they're not getting the Molotovs. That's the one thing that I want to point out here, because if you have a CT setup that has all the utility that they really want, they're going to play passive and wait until you execute, and then they'll go throw counter utility. Oh. And with a Molotov, you can flush them out of those positions. As Pasha, of course, opens up the lobby here.
Yeah, and with limited weaponry, VP want to speed up the pace, although that's Bialy being dropped close up towards B. And no position in close proximity to trade for VP. Unfortunate, but maybe questionable. So that trade found from Flash back into a 4-on-4, and VP instantly backing off of this B presence. It's the 1 AK still here. Neo just holds from a range and everyone else begins to rotate back towards the A side of the map. But that's exactly where Kaze is. Once again, he's going to be left alone towards A, and he does jump up and get the pick, but there's still 2 more players close. Taz, cleverly so, is pushed through. He's waiting for Kaze to exit, but unfortunately, he doesn't expect Kaze to re-peek and go for the frag. Now Taz, while he's out in the A bomb site, he's going to be in an awkward spot, and Kaze will finish him off. I get what Taz was doing there, though.
Yeah, it was pretty clear what the idea was, but in that position, I feel like Kaze played it very intelligently, and that's one of the things that I really like about him as a player. I don't follow the Chinese and the Asian scene a lot, but I've seen what I've seen from VODs and one demo of Kaze is that I feel like he plays very intelligently. He's a player that takes a lot of decisions, but also a lot of clever decisions. While he might not be the big fragger, because I think that's onto let's say an attack or something like that. Kaze will take all smart. Every single duel he takes is a smart duel. And here we go, pushing into the door here. Bit aggressive, but I can take this one. Run boost right now coming in from VP.
Yeah, lovely, nice kill, but quickly traded. M4 gifted to this T side as they begin to barrel on in. Actually trying the counter boost up into Vents. Pasha caught with his pants down. A third even coming in for Casa. Great cleanup from Flash. Another round on the board. Not seeming to have too much struggles early on into this map, but again, while they are the underdog, while they're doing well, I don't think you can take too much away from this. We're early game.
Yes.
Neither team established an economy heavily. VP have yet to really show too many buys. I want to see a few more buy rounds from VP before I say, Flash are really going above and beyond, because this is still VP's map to win.
It's also still the first match for VP and Flash.
Yeah.
For that sake of the argument in this tournament, and we know the big teams, SK Gaming especially, always has trouble in that first map or first match of the tournament. That is why I think it's cool that this is a best of 3, not just a best of 1. Ooh. Here we go, nice frags though coming in from Flash.
VP playing very disjointed, just running into the site solo, no trades available. Even Neo goes down, a 5-on-3, he takes a solo fight and he'll pay the price. Well, he's looking for the frag to try and bring things back. If he goes down, it only digs a bigger hole for VP. It only makes this round harder, as now they're just left to 2. Flash with a massive man advantage up. Still VP split as they try and make their way through the vents and through B main. Luckily a kill finally comes in, but it's Taz dead to right, surely in middle. Eventually he goes down from repeats.
I feel like VP right now are making the only mistake they cannot make, which is underestimating Flash.
And trying
because you see right now that they're going for individual duels because they believe they're so much better individually. And that's the one mistake you cannot make in Pro CS, because individually the level is very close right now between almost any top team in the world, any professional team in the world. VP, they have so much more than they aim to give.
Yeah.
And we're not seeing anything more than individual duels from them right now.
Yeah, and again, I mean, talking about underestimating a team, you can't underestimate Chinese teams. When will people get this through their head? Not only have we seen Tai Lu numerous times upset versus top teams, Luminosity, now SK, Na'Vi, etc. It's silly to see teams still underestimate Chinese opposition. And I'm not going as far as saying VP should be putting in hours after hours of research into this team. I'm just saying they kind of, like you said, they can't afford to take these individual duels.
They should just play their standard defaults instead of being, as you said, disjointed, because we know VP are a very, very good unit. They play very well together. When they play their defaults, even without anything special thrown in the works, anything like anti-stratting, they still play a good default.
And VP are challenging Flash at their best game rate. Chinese and Asian teams specifically aren't known for their team play. They're known for their individual performance. So VP are like, oh yeah, we'll take 1v1s. No, you should be playing your own game. Play that team play that Flash don't have to the same level. And VP currently not doing that. But again, an eco in, we'll see the buy next round. It's all about damage in this round for VP. Can they get the bomb down? Fast A push, missed shot from Kaze, and he won't get anything done. Luckily, it's a spray down from the M4, finds one. Back and forth still favouring the CT side, and the bomb dropped in the open. Fancy going to push in to try and hold on to it. Doesn't want the money gifted to VP. Doesn't want them to pick anything up.
Snacks in the middle of the smoke will be taken down by Fancy. That's going to be the 8th round for Flash coming in there. But now, we do see the buy. The VP up on Pasha. Set up on everyone. They have all the utility they want, apart from maybe a couple of flashes and a Molotov on Pasha, but he has the orb, he has the head armor. So this is the ideal setup for VP. This is the round where they need to get back into the game and play their standard.
Yeah, if they lose this round, I'll start to get a little bit worried for them as well. I said
that's when that slowly creeping fear in the back of my mind starts coming in.
Not only the inconsistencies of VP, but the upset potential of every single Asian team in the damn world is starting to be apparent. We'll see if it happens again. Kaze aggression on main, switching things up. This time he's playing on the outside, not the inside, but close position from one VP player. Taz Got to be careful. Spots the barrel of the gun, spots the foot. He knows what's up, but he can't see him around the smoke. Taz falls back to a more passive angle, but he peeks his head, and that's enough for Kaze. Quick frag with the AWP. Re-peeks dangerously, but it works out. He forces Pasha back with the AWP, so he won't go for the refrag. And with support towards Squeaky, there's no reason why Bialy should be pushing in through. He should be expecting that there'll be a second player here for support. Wow, what a camera angle.
This is the next level stuff.
I've not seen that. That's sick.
Next level stuff from Kaze and next level stuff from the Starladder production here.
Yeah, clearly.
As Pasha takes a revenge frag onto Kaze, makes it a 4v4. Bialy in the door here. Knows the presence of the CT and knows almost where it is. Bit off with the spray, but I have to say so far, Kaze has been very much on point with the AWP and every single other weapon so far. I think has like 2 deaths in the 2 rounds that VP have won. All the other rounds he survived, taking frags. I think he's above 10 frags by now. And that's just insane. Great start from him and great start from Flash Gaming in general. Can they keep it up though?
Split towards A site for VP. They've got to switch up the pace. Bialy tags with the AWP. Pasha are unable to find a shot through the smoke, but it's Neo to run through. 2 quick kills. Stepped up in epicenter, and he'll step up here. Great entry so far from VP, but it's going to be a return kill from Kaze with the AWP from main. Holds on for more. Pasha close. Bomb dropped, and Kaze, he needs to find this next kill. If he does, the round's over for VP. They run out of time, but he goes down. And now it leaves the clutch. Just fancy. Pasha trying to hold the cross from the car. The bomb will be going down, and he'll finish things off. Nice round. The 2 stars of VP, at least at the moment, will step up and find them another round as Pasha finds 3, Neo gets 2, VP up to a 3rd.
Finally, they get back on the ball, VP, and as you said, it was the 2 shining stars that we saw at Epicenter that come in here as well. They haven't forgotten how to play, obviously. They've been playing for so many years, so it's almost like that's just life for them now, playing CS. And now 3 rounds on the board. Flash Gaming, of course, still with economy. Every single thing, every single piece of utility that they want. Actually going with 4 head armors here, which is just showing how much money they have. They don't even need the head armor, but they get it anyway. Kaze with the AWP. Actually, I kind of like what he's going for there. He's in a very tough position going for the short angle. Attacker, 1-for-1 as well. 3v3 now.
Oh, Casa, though, he shuts down the mid play, and that's Neo trying to split through the highway as he did last round. That's a big part of the VP push fallen, and it's all onto Pasha. When he grabs one, he doesn't spot the cross. So Casa's moved over to the right side as support from Lovey comes out through the car.
This is dangerous.
Yeah, he's getting aggressive, and he doesn't need to. Oh, no. He's not going to predict the angle. Nice cross from Casa, and he finishes off the job too. Flash, that's a reset risk. That's Flash not only up to 9 rounds, triple that of the Polish opposition, but it's now the VP side down to no money. They can force, yeah, but what can they get out of it? At 13 rounds into the half, I wouldn't even be surprised if they just throw in the full save and then try and play off the back of the loss to buy up on the last round of the half.
And the money on Flash is not bad either. After buying, they got 3 guys on 3.5 and 3.9 and 2.5, so decent money on them as well. They could probably even get together buy even if they lose this one, or at least some kind of a buy. Don't. No, if they want, they can like get this force buy with 4 weapons and 1 pistol, so it's not too bad compared to the economy of VP, which is in shambles right now.
Shambles it is, and a good half shaping up for Flash in this first map. This is their map pick, but it's not one that VP shy from. So already a scary start for the Polish side. How far will this go before VP regain composure? Will they regain composure at all? These questions have no answers, as VP have no rounds. So about side of B.
F3.
Yeah.
Compared to what we would expect at this point.
If you want to count 3 for one of the best teams in the world, Risk, you can go right ahead. But I'm not sure this is good enough for the Poles. An M4 grabbed on Neo, but 10 rounds.
I think you're exactly right. They're not happy with it either. Just trying to look at the bright sides. You know? I'm just trying to enjoy life, you know.
You're kind mind, Risk. I'm too much of a cynical Brit.
All right, so here we go. VP.
Ooh.
This is...
See, I thought they were going to save till the last round of the half.
Yeah. As a lover of utility in Counter-Strike, I don't like this. As a lover of the tactical prowess and the skill that VP have with their setups and they execute, I don't like this either. Because right now they're just banking on that they can win duels once again, and hopefully you're going to take them 2 at a time, so they're double peak whenever they are going somewhere against Kaze, for example. But they don't have the utility to flush them out. They have the utility to either flush 1 or 2 players out and win those duels, or they have the utility to do a limited execute. They cannot do like both. They have to choose now.
Well, as a fan of underdog upsets, I love this.
Oh, okay.
Shut down towards mid though, Casa falls back, and so does Snack, so everyone gives it up. Instead, it's Flash to re-flash themselves into the position.
Hey. That was a good one.
Thank you. But unable to get the kill. Snacks has given up position, damage both ways. Snacks tagged heavily, and K's Kaze misses the Molotov, so we'll have to fall back. Because he can't re-peek from that position now, but neither can VP with a tagged up player. The Poles group up outside of B.
Okay, let's see. We're going to be lining up smokes for CT and upper, and then Molotov for the back of the bomb site to the left side, or towards headshot. That's still unclear how they want to do that. They have to get rid of Lovey to begin with. Kazi on the other side of the map. As Fancy gets down Taz, and this has already gone wrong. Snacks is trying to make noise. See if this is going to work out. Lovey on the back of this smoke. They're now taking this bomb site. All the VP players are getting in there. As Flash Gaming is setting up for the retake.
Yeah, man advantage up, and even further as Lovey. He'll get another kill. Snacks down to 11 HP is going to make things very difficult, as it's all really going to be on pressure on him, but the timing of Snacks' push through the smoke is perfect. They don't realise it dissipates, and he grabs a kill. Needs to watch his back, and he does, but it's Kaze or Kaze to push up and take the frag. All on Pasha now up towards B main. They can jump on the bomb, but it's Attacker from the heavens, and he will be an angel. Flash will win the round 11-3 here on the CT side. This is very dominant. I was kind of just joking around when we were like 7-2 going, it's VP, give them time, they'll come back. But now I'm starting to get worried, Risk. Are you worried?
That creeping doubt.
It's always a creeping doubt.
Whew, it's come back. As we picture-in-picture
Look at
right
this.
now have the...
Deadbox is nuts.
Yeah.
Look at, wow, new roster change for VP.
This is, of course, a picture-in-picture from the other game going off right now, played off stream for those of you guys not able to understand sarcasm, but here we go.
Yeah, I think it's meant to be an update for us, maybe about the other game, because obviously Tidal Hellraiser is going on right now.
Yes,
but it's off stream. I didn't see the score though, so
no, it didn't show the score.
No.
I don't know, but
maybe we'll get an update.
Maybe we'll get an update. 11-3 is the score right now for this game. We do have, of course, since it's the last round, VP have bought whatever they can. This time they have a lot of utility, but not a lot of firepower in 3 UMPs, Mac 10, and a CSET 75. Well, let's see if they can't make it work with the utility here. Yeah. Very, very good at setting up these kind of plays.
But look at Flash, look at this rotation. They've got 3 outside of B. They predicted the buy from VP, and as a result, they're expecting this play. With aggression up towards A main, they know that VP have presence outside of B because no one's near the other side of the map. And as a result, they've fully rotated. The one mid player is aggressive in mid as well. So VP, they're about to burst through. They're about to meet a huge army of Chinese defenders. Oh, unfortunate timing, but he grabs a kill. Doesn't get more done as the spray control won't connect, but it's his teammates to pick up the pieces of the round. And while Taz gets aggressive deep in the CT spawn, his teammates are nowhere to be seen. One more frag found, but he's down to 4 bullets in the clip, and that's all he's going to muster. 12 rounds for Flash Gaming on the half. I'm scared.
I kind of feel like if VP started to do executes like that 10 rounds early into the game when they had like real AK and the AWP setup, because everyone could see that was a really nice execute from VP. They had the Molotov at some point. They got 1 frag of it. Pasha got basically the assist of the Molotov and then a second one. They got good smokes and everything. They really played nice around it. It's just sad that they need to come to the last round of the first half before they kind of pull that out. Yeah,
well, it was those preemptive buys that we said, where they go for the rifles, they don't bring in utility, and as a result, it really limits them when they actually go for the execute. Yep. So coming back to Haunt VP, but maybe the CT side as well, we'll see some regained composure, or at least I hope to see. Currently on the brink of a huge upset. This is a best-of-3 group stage game, though, so it's
don't be too scared.
Yeah, it's not over by any means. There's still a couple more maps to go to, you know, regardless of the outcome of this.
Maybe my genius advice of betting for this going to 3 maps was a good advice. Who would have known?
Clearly so. Or maybe it'll be 2-0 to Flash. Who knows? But we're into the second pistol round. Boost up towards middle. Attempted. Does eventually go through. And this is just Flash setting up for an A split. Yep. Not only do we have mid control, that will come in late to not only catch highway players, but also just come in and push up through the back lines into the bomb site. It only works, though, if Flash get the entries. If they lose the gunfights on A, this mid split's pointless.
Also very dangerous to buy a CSET 75 in this round, because usually you're only going to get 1-for-1 trades with that. In the pistol round, you would like to be in a position where you can get that first one and then get into position for a second one, which is where the Glock is really nice. But here we go, they're coming out.
Yeah, fast towards the A bomb site. It's Pasha in middle to shut down the push, and Neo follows up. They now know it's highway, given the position of Pasha and the connector, and one by one Flash start to fall. There's 2 players remaining. Bialy holding still from the forklift will fall on back. No need for VP to take fights, but they will anyway, and they'll win. This is Bialy, he finds 2, another 2 for Neo, and a 4th for VP.
That was a terrible Molotov. He hit his teammate with a
Molotov, few of those.
And it blocked off the entirety of A main.
We've seen a few of those.
We're not playing Face It. You do team damage here. I'm pretty sure.
Wow. I don't think it's an issue yet for Flash. We'll see if it turns into one. Again, they lose the pistol, but they're 12-4. I mean, they're still massively favored, and all it's going to take is a couple of buy rounds to go their way, force VP down to an eco, and then we could see Flash run away with this game. Again, I'm not counting out VP for the comeback. You know, as we said, they are one of the best teams in the world. They're just coming off the back of second place at Epicenter, bringing SK all the way to 5 maps and knocking out, you know, teams like G2, FaZe, Gambit. So
that's nice.
Yeah, there's always there's a chance either way risk.
Yeah, there's always a chance. That's the beauty of CS, in my opinion, that even though you have a huge underdog, that underdog, if they play well, if like the favorite team makes a bit of a mistake, maybe underestimates them a bit, like every match can go both ways. Not like other sports where sometimes you'll look at a match before it goes live and see like, okay, that's not going to be a challenge. That's going to be 6-0 or something. I don't feel like CS at least is that way, that predictable.
Not consistently though. And talking of not consistent, it's VP on the B bomb site. 2 players here pushing for Flash, and unfortunately for Snacks, he goes down. The force buy working out, but we saw them do the exact same thing in the first half, didn't we, Risk? As the bomb can make its way to the site, VP are nowhere to be seen. 2 players coming back in for the retake. Plant found another kill into the skull of Pasha, finds Neo alone. What a round.
All right. Flash Gaming doing very well for themselves, picking out these couple of peaks and then going for that B-push altogether. CSET 75 showing its strength once again. And they're probably going to take Neo as well here. Nice pre-fire almost from Fancy. As it reads 13-4 for Flash.
And VP have, if I'm correct in saying, they have 2 pistols, right?
Yep.
They won the T-side pistol on Cash when they pushed A. So VP have 4 rounds with 2 pistols and Flash have 13. There's a bit of a hole here.
If you had told me this before we went live,
You said, if I said 13-14.
I wouldn't have believed you. Like, no way.
And now VP are forced into a corner. They've got an eco.
Full eco here. And then I don't even think they're going to have enough for good, like a perfect buy in the next round either.
No, they won't.
It's going to be a force or another save.
No, not another save.
No. But they're not going to get like exactly what they want. Let's see if they can make it work. USPS against 2 AKs, a FAMAS, a UMP 45, and a MAC 10. With utility behind it on Flash Gaming. And attack is already allowed up to mid, and he can just wreak havoc on them right now on this bomb side. 1, 2, 3, almost 3 as Bialy steps up to the fray, but Casa comes in the back. 4v2 now, 4v1.
The crazy part about that setup for VP, right? You have 4 players on A. Now, there aren't 4 entrances to A, as far as I'm aware. So you actually have 2 players watching nothing. If Highway's open and you have 4 players, that means they're both holding main and squeaky. Or sorry, all 4 of them holding main and squeaky. I don't see the use of that. If they had aggression, that would make sense. But they're playing passive. There's no reason to not hold Highway.
I think one of them just played like defensively onto the bomb side, hoping that someone was going to run past him and take a free kill. Because he's in this situation where USPS, it's going to be hard for him to win the duel anyway, so he needs the opponent to make a mistake and like overlook him in order to get a kill. But yeah, I agree. You should always have eyes on all entries.
Well, they can see why. Attacker 2 kills. And force to force is VP. Weapons in, but not very many. 2 rifles, and one of them's even a FAMAS, so this is not looking good for VP. Aggression towards B. We'll actually net them 1 frag, so Snacks opening things up. This is the kind of thing we need to see from VP. They need to pull themselves back into the favor. But it's double trade from the T side as Attacker finds both kills. And still, while we have aggression on B, it's going to be man advantage for Flash. And that's all on to Bialy to hold the A site. He finds nothing.
He's just taken out by Casa. And this is, of course, VP not playing their best game in the world, but Flash Gaming are playing very well so far. Very, very structured. They're good at taking these entries. They're actually getting a lot of entries as well. Snacks, though, he's trying to bring it back all on his own.
Yeah, the scout's coming up, but it's a little late. Luckily, Snacks doesn't need help from Neo as he domes 2 players. Fancy still holding off on the forklift and the long wrap coming out from Highway, but it needs to speed on up. Luckily, it does. Flash in the open, dead to Attacker. Scout on Neo, it's going down. Flash, they found 15 rounds on this T side. VP, nowhere to be seen. What was Epicenter? What on earth? Fancy.
Casa's on 22-8 right now.
You said to me before the game, off camera, I think Cars is going to be the MVP. And I said, Cars is the coach that moved to the player. He's never top of the board. If you told me that Flash would be 15 rounds up with Carsa, the ex-coach on 22 kills, I wouldn't have believed you, Risk.
Yeah, I feel like they have, as I said, like off-stream as well, I feel like they have a couple of very, as we say, I don't really like the word, but cerebral players who are very good at making the right decisions in a very hard situation.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's paying off right now because VP are not playing very smart, very clever CS at this point. No, that might be like harsh critique, but at this point with 15-4, I don't feel like you can compliment them any sort of way.
Can you argue that? It's
I hope not.
15-4, right? No matter the matchup, let alone this being Flash, not only ranked, I think, the 41st team in the world, but also having never played teams of this caliber. I'm impressed by Flash.
No,
but again,
they're playing very well.
I'm not. This is map 1. I'm not counting VP out.
No.
I'm not doing it again.
That's why I like having, even though it's taken, like, it's going to take a long while, but that's why I like group stages being best of 3. Imagine if this was the thing that knocked VP into the losers match, and then another upset and VP out.
Hey, Flash could still win, but we'll see.
Yeah.
It's a man advantage up. 16 rounds just on the edge of things as VP relegated to 3. It's a rotation from Pasha, but the issue is he's getting flanked on himself. It's the AK coming in from the back lines, and a shotgun not known best for its B retaking ability. Pasha going to show his face, spotted and removed. Casa, clinical procedure will shut down that round and shut down that map. 16 for the terrorists, 16 for Flash Gaming, and 4 for VP. Look at the smiles of happiness.
They're so happy right now.
Can you blame them?
Yeah, this is probably the biggest results of their career. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Even though it's just a map in a best of 3.
But it gives them a great chance to move forward again. Like, not only do they have a map Mirage that maybe isn't the best for them, but, you know, VP looking not only in a massive rut, but also you could see them on camera there. They weren't looking too happy after that game, and I can't blame them. So this only helps Flash move forward, and momentum and everything takes a part in this matchup.
This is where I feel like VP can either come great back or initiate a great comeback and say, okay, guys, this is where we actually show ourselves out. We just forget about the first map. Now we go in and we play our game, focus on our own defaults, focus on our own game. Or they get completely tilted and they go behind 0-6 in the next map, and then it all just falls apart. See, I hope for option 1, just for the sake of the tournament and for the sake of this game as well. But then again, like, Flash have been playing very good CS so far.
Yeah, Peter from HLTV actually tweeted, about this event. I saw it earlier. He said, this should be a VP, a heroic final, and he said, but there are always upsets. And Peter, I think you're right. There are always upsets.
This is almost brutal.
Oh, this is no. I feel bad though. I feel bad. Like, while I'm excited to see an upset, and it's always fun for an underdog story, you got to feel bad if you're VP coming off the back of Epicenter, performing amazingly, like one of the best performances of all time,
and showing their potential.
Yeah, considering how good SK is right now, even with Bolts, as a stand-in temporarily. SK were performing lights out CS, and Colzera was putting up numbers. VP were just going crazy, and Neo and Pasha, they had some of the games of their career, and now to see them come into this event, obviously done no preparation, as we all expect. We don't expect them to do preparation because they just came off the back of Epicenter. That's where their preparation went into. But getting 16 forward in the first map of the group stage, you've got to feel bad if you're VP.
Yeah, that has to be very tilting, and it all comes down to their mental fortitude coming into this pause. But yeah, I think we're out of stuff we can talk about. There's not a lot of stuff we can talk about.
I think I've heard that Blaise is pumping his fist in the background as well. I heard he's very happy. Well, we're gonna take you to him to see the big smile on his face just before a break. Or just after a break.
Yes, there we go.
There we go.
A new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.money, the best service for trading your skins.
E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.